Hey people, it is Thursday, July 14th. The time is 11:30 a.m. and the temperature right now is around 24 degrees Celsius. And I am here in the Leaside neighborhood, and there's a look at Rumsey Road. And just on my right is Trace Mains Park. And that is my brand new e-bike. That is the Addmotor E53 CityPro. And in a moment, I'll be hopping on the e-bike and taking it for a spin for what will be the first pre-recorded video I record on this channel with it. And I think I'll head into the Thorncliffe Park neighborhood and then find my way to the Don River Trail. And I'll pop out at Pottery Road, and that'll be a pretty good hill climb test for it. And I'll make my way into downtown. And what most attracted me to this particular bike is this guy right here. That is an enormous 48 volt, 20 amp hour high quality Samsung battery. And on their website, they advertise it gives up to 125 miles on pedal assist 1. I'll certainly be putting it through its paces and doing a long range test. But I think it's easily the longest range bike in its class. It also features this nifty suspension, and I can turn this dial here and make the ride a bit smoother. And that's important for when I'm live streaming, because I really don't use any type of camera stabilization. These are not fat tires, but they are 26-inch Kenda tires. And it says that they are puncture resistant, so that's quite appealing to me. I certainly don't want to have to deal with any flat tires. It's got Shimano shifters, a pretty cool onboard display, and here's where you would increase your pedal assist or reduce it. There's power, there's a horn, and it's even got left and right turn signals. And a throttle. And there's a rear rack here where I've mounted an action camera. So I'll be putting that to the test on this one. And there's the rear light. So here's where the turn signals would flash. And it's got fenders, which are important for when you're riding through the rain or any type of muck. So it's quite competent off and on road. And I think it's currently on sale right now. And this one, they said it's good for people 5'7" to 6'1". I'm 5'11", and I find that it fits me quite perfectly. And they also have a step-through model called the E43. So if you're a bit shorter, I think that one is best suited for you. And it comes in 4 nifty colors. I quite like the color scheme of this particular one. So all right, I think I'm ready to hop on it and get going here. And we are off. I've currently got it on pedal assist 4, and I am in 6th gear, so I am pedaling. I'm not using the twist throttle. And this is Millwood Road. So I'll be turning left here. I'm just going to follow Millwood Road down into Thorncliffe Park. So I'll be doing a combination of pedaling and riding on the throttle. And full disclosure, they did send me this bike, But I am not obligated to say positive things about it or anything like that. They just simply sent me the bike and said they'd like me to make a video out of it. And when I saw the specs and the battery, I got quite excited about it. There is a link to it in the description, and you can also check out the step-through model, the E43. And I think they have a whole range of other e-bikes as well on there. And you can also check out all the technical specs. But my early impressions are very positive of this thing. The brakes work well. The power seems effortless. It's very quiet. And the e-bike I've typically been riding up until now is a fat tire bike. And there are some benefits to those, such as they tend to soak up a lot of the bumps in the road, but with the suspension and these tires being a bit on the wide side, I find they're doing just as good a job, with the added bonus of better performance and handling. They're easier to turn, and this is classified, at least by Addmotor, as a commuter bike. I think I would have to agree with that. It's quite ideal for just getting around the city. Let's see here. Am I going to trip this light or not? I might need a car coming up behind me. Oh, this guy's turning right. I'm gonna get out of their way and let them turn right. And she waved at me. So I've got turn signals and a horn on board here. It is an electric horn. So I'm turning right here, but I'll still be on Millwood. I had to wait for a truck that decided not to indicate that it was turning right. All right, there's no one around me. Here's what the horn sounds like. Kind of like a high-pitched beep. I might want to get a manual bell to complement that, just for situations where I'm passing someone on a trail and stuff like that. And it is a 500-watt motor. I think it's got a peak output of 906 watts. And another advantage of these tires is they're a lot quieter than the fat tires. So I'm going to turn left here onto Overley. This will lead me into Thorncliffe Park. I was through here not too long ago on my e-scooter, making a video for channel and Patreon members. And I also went down to the Don River Trail, although that one, I hopped onto the Taylor Massey Creek Trail. See if we can make this light. Nope. This area is in the north side of East York. All right, it looks like we've got a chance here. All right, so from here until I get to the Don River, I'm gonna ride on the throttle. And I've put 109 kilometers in total on this. As I effortlessly breeze past that bus. So here is Thorncliffe Park Drive. I think the top speed is limited to 32 kilometers per hour, which is in line with local regulations. Here's Milepost Place, I think named after the fact that there used to be an old horse race track on the right. And I should mention the saddle that comes with it is quite comfortable. That's often one thing people replace on their bikes, but I don't think I'll have any need to do that. So this is my third e-bike. I've also got a single speed bike and 2 e-scooters. All right, so I want to turn right here into E.T. Seton Park. And this is going to take us down a pretty steep hill, so that'll be a good test of the brakes. I'm on the brakes a bit now, just so I don't go out of control fast. Yeah, I just easily hit 40 kilometers per hour. There's a guy going the wrong way around this roundabout. So I am planning on coming back and doing a ride down much of the Don Trail. And I'll start, I think, at the Edwards Gardens, which is right next to the bridle path. All right, I'm gonna start pedaling again. So I could go left here and make my way up to the Edwards Gardens. This bridge can get a bit narrow. So pedal assist 4 and 6 gear, and this is effortless. I am barely moving my feet. Gotta be extra careful around this corner. So last time I was here, I was on my e-scooter and I went left. We're gonna go right and hop onto the Lower Don Trail, Lower Don Rec Trail. And as I said, when I get to Pottery Road, I'm gonna hop off. And we're gonna give this thing quite a test on a hill climb. And a neat thing about this bike is the handlebar stem can be raised and lowered. So I guess as I've gotten older, I've preferred to be in a less aggressive riding position and have the handlebars up a bit, so I've raised that. So I'm sitting relatively upright and comfortably. I'll just take a quick peek into part of the Don Trail, or Don River. There's an old U-lock. That looks like the keyhole has been sawed out or drilled out. That was just sitting on the ground. I've got the camera tilt locked, so I doubt the camera picked that up. Ooh, a chipmunk. So I just have the suspension, I think what would be on medium firmness. It's handling this off-road part quite well. No loud shakes or rattles, and it was pretty smooth. And I'm currently going about 20, which I think is around the limit for these trails. And I think if I rode like this, I could get all day out of the battery pretty much. So while my existing fat tire e-bike has pretty good battery range, I think this is going to beat it by a pretty fair margin. And it just might find itself being my preferred bike for recording, getting around, as well as live streaming. If I have any negatives so far, I think the horn, like I mentioned, it's kind of a weird pitch. And it's not in the easiest position to reach. It's certainly nothing you can't train yourself to hit through muscle memory. Of course, I think I could probably just slide that, mount that it's on down a bit, and that would fix that problem. So I might have just adjusted my handlebars wrong, actually. So that might not even be much of a negative. And I've ridden up Pottery Road once on my single speed, and that damn near killed me. So I'm curious to see how this thing does. I don't think it'll be a problem on pedal assist mode, but I want to put it to the test, so we'll try to see if it can do it on throttle. And just on the left is the Don Valley Parkway, and on the right is the Don River. And on the display in front of me, I've got the battery meter, I've got my total kilometers. You can change that between kilometers and miles. I've got my speed. It shows the wattage use of the motor. I think that's what that is. And what pedal assist mode I'm in. I think weekdays are easily the best time to be on this trail. There's a lot less people here. And assembly was pretty easy. It came mostly assembled. I think I just had to put the handlebars on and the front tire. The hardest part was actually putting the fenders on, or the front fender. The back fender comes on. It took a little under an hour. There's a very visible family. And speaking of visible, these tires have a reflective strip around the rim. That's pretty cool. They've also got reflectors. And of course there's the front and rear lights. So maybe Pottery Road is a bit further along than I thought. In my mind, it was going to take about 5 minutes to get there. That would be true if I were taking Bayview Avenue down. But this trail kind of slowly meanders about. There's the Don Valley Parkway. So now I'm in 7th gear. That gave me a bit more pedaling resistance. And the handlebars are nice and wide. I do have room to put a phone mount. It mounts on a slight angle, but it works quite well. I just took the same phone mount off my other e-bike. And I think we are at Pottery Road. When you're coming down Pottery Road, you have to ride with traffic, but I think you get a separated bike space when you're heading up it. So I would go straight here if I were continuing on the trail. Let's give this a go here. And I'm on the throttle. It's not uncommon to see people pushing their bikes up Pottery Road. And this would be the Don Valley Parkway I'm heading underneath. Well, I guess I'm on the wrong side here. I was thinking there might be cyclists going in the other direction, so I'd go right, but they would be on the road. There's the Todmorden Mills. Heritage Museum and Art Center. I have never been there. All right, and let's test this thing out. Maximum 40. I don't know the grade of this hill. But my bike has started to struggle, well, not struggle, just be a little bit more audible. I am going, wow, this is impressive. I'm going 20 kilometers right now. So technically I shouldn't be going any faster than this. And my bike wants to go faster, so I've actually let off the throttle. So this thing is a champ at hill climbing. You're flying up this. And this will spit us out at Broadview.
Some sleeping.
Yeah.
That was effortless. I'm gonna have to try it on Hogs Hill. That's from York Mill Station heading south on Yonge. That's quite the climb. I'm sure Poplar Plains won't make this thing break a sweat. Probably the climb out of Brimley will be easily done too. And now since I have such a super long range e-bike, I want to get out to the Scarborough Bluffs. I have some plans on doing some very long range rides. And here is Chester Hill Road, and the Chester Hill Lookout is on the right here. So this is all throttle here. And I think what I'll do is I'll take it to Riverdale Park East. And I just want to snap a few photos there. And then I'll resume recording and I'll head into downtown. And I've got the speed maxed out at 32. And this is Danforth Avenue coming up. So you could turn left and head over into Greektown, or you could turn right and it'll turn into Bloor Street East and head over the Don River. Where is that music coming from? From the school bus, it sounded like. And the streetcars have returned to Broadview. So this is in Riverdale, east of downtown. I always hate coming down here on my e-scooter just because it's so bumpy. This road is in dire need of a resurfacing, especially with all the construction just went on here. They just did a sewer main replacement and somehow they made it worse. And here's Riverdale Park, and we get that famous skyline view just coming up on the right. So what I think I'm gonna do, I don't really ever do this on my videos, but I'm going to pull over and take a little break. I've got a cold beverage on me. I'm going to snap a few pics of the skyline and the bike, enjoy a cool, bubbly, sparkling water, and then I'll resume. How long are we? Oh, there's too much sun glare, I can't see anyways. So I will be back. And we are back. All right, so I think I'm just gonna ride south down to Gerrard Street. And then I'll ride west into downtown for a bit. I took a few neat pictures of the bike with the skyline in the background. Also had a nice cold beverage. And I think I'll be posting some of those pics on my Instagram account, and you can find that at Johnny Strides. There's Rooster Coffee on the left. There's Bridgepoint Active Healthcare on the right and the Don Jail, or the old Don Jail. Let's turn right here. If I were to continue straight or turn left, I would be in East Chinatown. And I think these tires are big enough that I'm not really going to have to worry about the streetcar tracks so much. It's still always a good idea to take them at a sharp angle and be extra careful. And a bike lane has appeared. So I'm crossing the Don Valley Parkway and Don River and heading into downtown. And admittedly, I'm being lazy, just riding on the throttle. I think this car sees me, thank you. You always got to be careful going right around a right-turning vehicle. And of course, you have to be careful when you're in the door zone like this. Here is Sumac Street, so the Cabbagetown neighborhood is on the right. And on the left is Regent Park. I can make this. And here's Parliament Street. Maybe from here to Yonge, I'll just pedal. I'll put myself in pedal assist 3. Still getting a pretty nice boost. I'm pedaling and it says I'm just using 52 watts right now. I'm going 20 kilometers per hour. Just drop down to another gear. I'm in 5 right now. And this is Sherburne Street. So I think what I'll do is I'll go straight and we'll finish up in College Park. The acceleration is certainly not as good when you pedal versus the throttle. I was prepared to stop there. And since I made my pedaling easier, we're using 155 watts right now. Here's Gerrard Street and the infamous Harvey's on the right. We're at Church Street. I like this impromptu cyclist merge with traffic. You think they would have laid that out a little earlier in the bike lane. Things tend to get done pretty half-assed in this city. This guy in front of me, his bike doesn't sound too healthy. It's cracking and squeaking. Here's Yonge Street. And I still have 5 bars on my battery meter. I want to finish at College Park. Maybe we should go finish at Dundas Square. We might get some better pictures there. Everybody's U-turning. And I'd like to thank Addmotor for sending me this beast. I think you'll be seeing more of it to come on this channel. Here is Yonge and Dundas. All right, I'm going to turn the motor off completely. There's the entrance to Dundas Station. Looks like there's an event going on. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this first ride on the Addmotor E53 Pro. There's a link to the bike in the description. Again, thank you to Addmotor. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, or if you have any questions. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. If you wish to support the channel, there are links to my Patreon and YouTube membership in the description. And there's now a super thanks button appearing below these videos. There's the bike. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.